this message is for Pisces. So let's get started. Oh my goodness. Okay. We do have a Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Somebody could already be thinking about you. You could have somebody in your mind. Somebody could be curious, looking at your pictures, checking your social media, things like that. Doesn't have to be, but that can be a case with a Page of Swords. It can be somebody wanting a little more information, wanting to know a little better, you know, if you're interested, if they have a chance, things like that. It can be clarity, though, a new beginning. It can be some sort of communication. And if this is somebody you haven't met yet, they could definitely be setting their mind like, you know what, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to meet. I'm ready to talk. And I feel like you're in that same place. For the heart of the matter, for you, Pisces, we have the Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. I think I mentioned the air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, for that Page of Swords. But for the Page of Wands, this is an energy of feeling ready to take some sort of step, initiative, start something new, experience something, or maybe just talk to somebody who is on your mind. But it's lighthearted. It's like it doesn't all have to happen at once. I'm curious. I want to see what can happen. I want something that's interesting, something that's fun, something that moves me, something that I can get excited about with the Page of Wands. But if this does feel right, like you're willing to go for it, you're willing to take a chance, you do want to know more, curious, interested. Let's go ahead and get a clarifier, see if we can get a little more insight there. Why do we have the Page of Wands as how Pisces is feeling about someone or love overall? Wow, it seems like, look at this. We've got peeking out here. I see a Hermit energy. We see a Ten of Wands. I also have a Page of Cups. Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces here, but I feel like you may have wrapped up some sort of burdensome cycle, come to the end of something that just wasn't working. That doesn't necessarily have to be love and relationships, but anything that had maybe been weighing you down, maybe even took a little time to go within, process things, be on your own, think about what it is you want. But look at this. It's like now that you've had that time, we've got the Page of Cups peeking out from kind of deep in the deck. You are open to exploring more and more love, maybe talking, seeing what can happen, seeing where something can go. Could be flirting with somebody, falling for somebody that you've newly met, attracting somebody new, or just striking up a new conversation, maybe with somebody that you do have a connection to. Obviously, different for every single one of you, a lot of different messages coming through. So we do have the Page of Wands clarified by the World card. All the fixed energies here, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus could be significant, but this is interesting because this is starting something new, interesting, creative, you know, maybe talking to somebody, being around somebody more. Sparks could be flying a little bit. And with the World card, it is success. It is something coming together in a very positive way. It is wrapping up a cycle, but it's a win. So it's very interesting that you have a very new kind of lighthearted energy, and then this very powerful, like, final card of the major arcana. For me, with the World energy, you could definitely be feeling a connection to somebody. That beautiful red thread. It's the red thread of fate, destiny, that it connects people that are meant to meet. You could even be feeling a connection to somebody if you haven't met them yet, because I do feel like when we're meant to meet somebody, some part of us, it just knows. I mean, it just knows that they're coming towards us, no matter where they're at in the world, the differences that we have. Like, there's definitely this feeling. But for many of you, you do have somebody specific on your mind. And I feel like with this connection, you definitely want it to, you know, come together, work out. You want to see something, you know, really tangible happen here. You feel the connection regardless of any differences between the two of you. Sometimes with the World, there can be age, location, culture, background, all of these things. But, you know, our souls, our hearts meet up despite all of that. And I feel like the World energy is, you know, two people that can overcome any of those differences and come together. And I feel like you're ready for that. Your person has the Nine of Swords, and it came out sideways. And and that's just the way it landed. And it's very interesting because somebody could have been really up in their head about things, and maybe they're starting to chill out a little bit. Gemini energy could be significant, but when this card is upright, somebody's tossing, turning, sleepless nights. They could have a lot of, even stress or anxiety when it comes to love and relationships, or if something has happened between the two of you and they're thinking about you, or maybe just missing you if, you're far apart or something like that. The Nine of Swords upright is somebody really, really stressed, really anxious. When it's in reverse, it's kind of like releasing some of that overthinking, calming down, things coming together. But I feel like sideways, it's almost like this person is realizing, you know what, I gotta get out of my head. If I want things to come together, if I want something to happen, if I want to meet somebody, or if I want to connect with Pisces because they're specifically interested in you, they gotta get out of their head. They gotta listen to their heart. Let's go ahead and get a clarifier. Spirit, why do we have the Nine of Swords for this person and what they're thinking overall? My goodness. We got the Four of Wands. Aries energy can be significant. I also see the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, Cancer. A desire to move forward, make things happen. It definitely feels like maybe somebody has been thinking about you on a lot. Maybe you've been on their mind a lot more than you realize, but they're realizing, you know what, I got to get out of this mental energy. I got to stop just thinking and just take the reins, really make something happen. They could have their mind and heart set on you because the Nine of Swords here sideways, like somebody, starting to get over all that anxious energy, is clarified by the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is beautiful when it comes to love. This can be, meeting, connecting, reconnecting. Once again, you're all in a different place, but with somebody that you feel like could be it. Somebody who feels like a match. This is one of my 1111 cards. Can represent strong soul connections, even coming together. But fours are all about foundations. And this is partnering up with somebody who's a match to you to build something, to make something happen. This could be somebody wanting to let the world know, hey, we're together. I'm with Pisces. That's my person. Like that can be the energy right there with the Four of Wands. It can be somebody wanting to ask you out, or it can be meeting somebody that you feel like could really be a match. But it seems like this is somebody that is having some realizations about what's really important and wanting to move forward, specifically towards you with the Four of Wands. Like that is a match. How your energy is and how you spend time together. We have the Ace of Swords and the Magician. All the air signs and Aries and Gemini here could be significant, but there's a lot of mental energy, but it is very positive. It's fresh start. It's a new way of thinking. If you have wrapped up and released some old burdensome cycles and decided what it is that is important to you and set some intentions, it is paying off because you are manifesting in something with this Magician, something that feels right, something that brings you clarity. The Magician uses all the tools in the tarot to manifest an Ace of Pentacles, clarity of thought, listens to their heart, listens to their feelings with the Ace of Cups, takes action when it feels right with the Ace of Wands to manifest a new beginning. I feel like your energy between the two of you, there could be a lot of like really good mental energy, really good conversation. Could be, something feels very fresh, very new. If you are reconnecting with somebody, it's like you can just talk. Like you can just talk like you saw each other yesterday. Same as if you're meeting them, or just getting to know them without all of this kind of mental, very clear energy here. But this is something you have manifested in. And this person is in the same place. And I feel like both of you are interested in really, starting something, seeing what can happen. Now, how you express emotions is a little bit different. Two of Swords, Libra energy. The Two of Swords is when somebody is struggling to listen to their heart because they're a little guarded. They're trying to be smart. They're trying to be logical. I think a lot of us know what the traditional, imagery looks like. It's somebody who is sitting with their back to the water, and water always represents emotion. They've got their arms crossed, which means their heart is a little bit guarded. And it's so interesting because when we're guarded, we tend to attract people that are also a little guarded because like attracts like, and sometimes, both of you can be so guarded it's hard to even open up. But sometimes it's because you come from such a similar, a similar situation. You're both in that place because, you've both been through things. It's almost like that energy can cancel out, and you can make each other, want to talk and want to open up. But do you see that energy there with the Two of Swords? Their arms crossed, the water, the moon is in the background, struggling to listen, that intuition, trying to be smart, trying to be logical, but those feelings are going to come up and they're going to have to be faced. And the Two of Swords can even be about making decisions from the heart. But if the two of you, are like maybe struggling a little bit to open up and express your heart, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like some things could naturally just come up. And interesting that we had the moon clarifying this, Pisces, that is your energy. I definitely feel like somebody is specifically thinking about you or definitely on their way to you. But with the moon energy coming up and how you express your emotions, the moon is a card of emotions. It is a card of depth. It is a card of intuition. It is your inner self. It also can be, illusions, secrets. Things are not quite as they appear. I feel like if there has been a little quiet energy, it's because somebody could be overthinking what they're feeling, but it doesn't mean the feelings aren't there. The feelings are there, and I even feel like they could be stronger than you know. And I do feel like it's going to come up. Like, I feel like it's just inevitable that as things come up, there's something about this person that you draw them out, they draw you out, and you feel like you can express those deeper sides of yourselves that maybe you normally keep hidden from others. Now, your intentions and expectations, desires when it comes to this connection is the Judgment card. Like, this is powerful, and it's sitting right here next to the Four of Wands. Like, some of you could be dealing with a strong soul connection. Obviously, these are general readings. I want them to meet you wherever they're at. But both of these cards are the energy of something that just feels right. It makes sense. You know it's divinely guided. You know you met for a reason. A few things with the Judgment card. At times it can be somebody wanting to resurrect something. Obviously, that's not everybody's story, but if it's yours, definitely, could be somebody thinking about you, missing you, wanting to talk to you, see you. Sometimes it can be somebody who wanting a fresh start, put the past in the past because it's a turning point. I'm just telling you guys all the different options here that are coming through, and just take the one that feels like, it speaks to you. But the Judgment card is a turning point. No matter where it shows up in a reading, it's like things get easier. Things become more clear because your universe has been working on something, and now they're blowing the trumpet and saying it's time to experience a little bit of heaven on earth here. So you could be putting some of the more challenging energies behind you and really beginning to open up and have some clarity and move forward. With the Judgment card being what both of you, though, are thinking about as far as intentions, I think both of you are ready for the real thing. You're ready for something that's right. You're ready for something decisive, open, honest, genuine, and very, very real. So I love that. I feel like it's very powerful and very significant, and energies moving forward are the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So we have the Four of Wands twice, which is interesting because that's 8 wands, and now we have the 8 of Wands, which means something could definitely just kick into high gear, move forward. The truth could come out about somebody's feelings, or somebody could come into your world with this 8 of Wands quicker than you even think. But this is forward movement. This is two people that recognize, that this makes sense. You're a match. You both feel it, and you want this to happen. The 8 of Wands is forward movement. Everything becomes clear. Everything begins to smooth out. If there has been some miscommunication, or if there has been some confusion, or things that have been held back, it's like everything becomes crystal clear. Everything comes together, and this connection can move to the next level and go forward just like that. I mean, with the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands, sometimes that Eight of Wands can be a little bit of a whirlwind, and of course you want to take things at your own pace, but when it feels right, it's right with the Four of Wands, and that's the kind of connection we have here. I feel like something is clicking. It's like you know what it is you want. You've set your intentions. Somebody's getting out of their head, recognizing their heart. They're feeling drawn to you, and this is something coming together future and going forward. Like, I love it. I love these cards. So I do hope that something in this message spoke to everyone who was guided here. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.